games will be back at Gannon at McConnell Family Stadium in downtown Erie. Here's a chance, left foot, and it goes in the back of the net.
Part of, I don't want to say every, but it feels like every goal he had at least a touch of a ball. And truly a deserved send-off for him as he will sit.
And unfortunately, they were unable to capitalize in the second half as there were no goals scored in that second half. They fell in that game 2-1. That's an excellent club that they played, obviously, the Riverhounds.
Blitzers. Winkles pass through midfield. Up ahead, looking to spring Shackelford through to defend by Cooper. Midfield, Winkle. Williamson rolls it up ahead. Stout, one-touch pass to Wasson. Comfortably, but after how things went yesterday, you wonder if they're not quite content to turn off the Jets just yet.
I don't think that would be the worst idea because I think we've seen
ball pinballs back and is taken by Williams.
Away. Their fans lit off a flare, like something you would use on the side of the road if you were stranded, with white smoke. And
Stout back in front of Williamson. Williamson into the box. He says fair play, although that could not have felt particularly great. And still down as a Commodores player. Walter walks into it from distance.
Buffalo on the far side.
Quick throw handled by Shawish.
and a nice touch to keep
Aldi bearing down on him. He has been undeterred.
And the wind may be a factor, as we said. I would say that the gusts are getting up near 20 miles per hour, so there is some activity. Ball is deflected out, but an excellent give and go here, and now there's an opportunity. Contains and now grabs possession. 32nd minute.
good ball support. You can see the difference. Here's, flag goes up.
Call offsides.
At the half as we approach.
Maybe just go short, but these long balls, they're nice in theory, and it looks like you're trying to use your size advantage, but then in the end, they're really amounting to no danger at all. Field change. Nice little give and go.
Syracuse defense basically having to circle Akeem Shackelford after he scored 3 goals in 11 minutes.
Yeah, Wilson was on the spot in the 6-yard box on the
in midfield. The Buffalo captain comes free with possession. One-touch pass back up ahead here towards Wilson, chasing after it. Gets around the giver. Wilson still with possession. Isaiah Wilson puts on the brakes. Pivots. Looking for something to do with it now here back towards the goal line. Plays it. That shot throw from Stout right off the Buffalo, and more time that adds on to Erie. Again, with a win here tonight, they are 2 points clear of Cleveland at the top of the table. They play Cleveland next weekend. They also
the kick quickly, and they didn't, and that's a good idea. Get men forward.
Stout cross onto the back left side, looking for Shackelford, and headed away there nicely again. Bartlett Scott, who's been the Johnny on the spot here for the Erie defense here to this point. There again, that's a tough high collision, and a couple of Erie players may have.
Back to Ben Allen. Looking for Godoy, broken up by Stout. Hane Flicked on by Godoy just behind Stone. Now. Stout. Winkle is dumped.
Oh, and he had that ball just go off his foot awkwardly. That could have been turned into a giant chance for Cleveland SC. Here comes Buffalo. It's McIver, McGivern. I see some of the smart fans on the box. Oh man, that was close. Did you notice that? Still got to stay on. Players. Oh no! It'll be neat to see if Stunner.
Because maybe expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
Put something together. Larson cleared away. Now here comes Buffalo again. The main thing, obviously, Greg, is don't be offside. Colton Long touched it last. It'll be a corner for FC Buffalo.
Another Buffalo State product, Will Benahade. Kissy steps on the ball. It's taken away by Stout. Buffalo with a late push here. Shackelford looks, swarming.
Ball back the other way. Simpson had a crack at that and a good foot in put by the captain, Chris Walter, just preventing him from slipping through again.
Yeah, Walter took a chance there, swinging his leg around him. If he clips him wrong.
McFadden wore the armband until he went off for a sub.
That's a good ball.
There's a nice switch aside here now to Stout, looking with a little bit of room in front of him. Stout, left-footed pass across to Wasson. Wasson lines and lets. Looking teams here on the pitch than the first half in the reverse fixture. We have an Erie team that looks to have all the confidence in the world, just looking to in our heads. Phillips up here on the left side, looking for something to do with it. He's been very creative with the ball on his foot here in this match, tries to throw that one.
Godoy. Intercepted by Stout.
Hopefully we still have some opportunities
of watching their season go away if they can't perform here today. And now just over 23 minutes have elapsed in a contest that has the visitors up 2-0. Stout can't quite keep possession side of where they would want, but able to set up here now 30 yards away from the top of the box. Stout, Williamson slides that as they've looked pretty comfortable for being down that extra man. Stout takes a tough fall, got his foot kind of tangled, a little bit of a harm. Move to the midfield. Winkle up ahead. Chances now for Buffalo. McIver drives it up ahead. Near side. Austin Stout with a chance to goal, blocked. Gets a second whack at it with his left foot curled far side. Shackelford to the line. Continues to roll away as to play it at least farther up the field here for a Buffalo throw. Wasson. Stout. Chipped ahead, settles down nicely. Volleyed by McIver, trying to cut back inside. Neto's drive off the pitch, off the back of the head of the Buffalo midfield. That ball ahead, it's going to slow down, settle in front of Stout.
Flag stayed
Bicycles
down.
it over himself there and leaves it back here for McIver. He'll creep up the right side, plays it ahead to Stout. Stout
Williamson on a run here.
Williamson all the way up looking for a cross into the box. Reach there to be able to do anything with it.
Yeah, he just tried to center that back to the box to see what would happen, and it just got a little bit too far outside the 6-yard.
Within one good strike of a tie game can be so key.
Shackelford, as you said, had a lot of room there, and I'm betting he's kind of kicking himself a little bit that he couldn't put it anywhere else. But overall, Swarthout.
Not for lack of his effort that they're down 2 goals. Here's McIver, and you know this FC Buffalo team will not be content to sit on 2-0. Well, looking now for a counterattack with a lot of the Binghamton players forward. McIver spins with. Walks it up, leaves it for Stout. Puts on the brakes, cuts to a better angle, looking for an angle now to throw that pass through to Wasson. Wasson sliding through, and that one deflects out for a corner. Settled down by Stern. One touch back to Stout from some distance off the second crossbar.
Chipping it back ahead, looking for Bell, turning with it, gets away from Williamson, and a good job getting a foot in there by Stout to help him out. One of the few times we've seen here this season that anyone's gotten away from Williamson. And sails that one nicely in front of Wesson. Wesson, one touch pass on the far side. Stout, MacGyver, that one.
It was 2 minutes, but I didn't get a clear look.
Not a lot of time left in that then. Maybe one or two more attacks here either way. Wesson off a bottom.
Plays the length of the field. A lot of teams elect to have their wingbacks play like that, but he's
Completely blew by Strauss. How do you do?
Another great reaction save at the other end of the field for Leahy, and he's got
room to work with. Puts on the brakes, spins himself into some room, and tried to make maybe one too many moves. Chance back the near side volley to Stout. Up ahead. White looking long. Very far ahead on that formation is White with that pass back to Stout. Brady takes a tug on the jersey. Again, Aboku's throw long. Martinez back towards Philpott, taken away. If you're MacGyver, is end up getting yourself tossed out of the game.
and keep possession of the ball.
White switching sides here near side to Stout. Stout with it, drives it ahead. Shackelford chests it down, fighting.
Both teams taking turns, controlling play. Both teams making good decisions on the ball, feeding the forwards. I think we're going to see a goal here soon. We might see something break open.
Wilson leaves it back. Stout for Wasson, looking for a
charge heading back. Their center backs were struggling to get back into position, so there was some tired legs running back there for FC Buffalo.
Wilson back to Stout. Ball back ahead. MacGyver with
MacGyver. I wondered if he was going to go for goal the way he lined up, and he did. Not necessarily looking to score, but looking to draw something off the keeper like he did.
Wilson in the box with it. Wilson tries to chip that plus minutes and not relent late in games, not feel comfortable and play through to the end of the game. There will be plenty of time for celebrating after, and they've earned it here today.